Hello, this is Bella. I'm not very fluent sometimes, so I kind of I go with my dead name, and sometimes I go with the other name, just because like I'm not totally sure with because when I feel masculine or feminine, I feel I may not want to do this, and um, like it's kind of complicated. So but let's see, one thing I was talking about one thing I think is interesting. It's like one thing you should never do with a friend, and especially in Discord or anything like that, is talk about like new topics. Like unless they're your girlfriend. Like if they're your girlfriend, you talk to them about those things because maybe maybe you should the way you talk about it should probably you make sure to be aware that you do those things. You do those things probably if especially if there's no kids around. Like you can usually like walk in the kitchen naked sometimes, and sometimes uh other things like if you give see boundaries first before even doing it. If you don't, but unless they're not there, you can do it privately and it's okay because they're not gonna be okay with it because like they don't see you doing it. So I mean they probably do it without you seeing them. So so you never really know. They may want to see they may not see you or they may not see them and uh and that's the thing. That's boundaries. A boundary that you basically I have boundaries with my parents. I basically don't I do just walk around naked in the kitchen sometimes or something without even them knowing. Cause like if I did know, a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Some people feel uncomfortable about it, so a lot of people a lot of people don't want to do it because like sometimes it feels liberating to like just go out, just you do stuff, and I know people might notice me naked in that neighborhood, like just out of the golf course or something. But like it's interesting how people like look at nude and like, oh, it's pretty bad, but yeah, but you have to be sure to make sure you're very mature. You have to make sure that you know how to say what you want to say. If you want to be naked, sometimes like just that shows more, it gives more intimacy. Because like here's the thing, usually it's more intimacy being naked if you're not doing it, if you're not doing anything with sexually. It's still intimacy with the person if you're not really if they're okay with you doing it, like just going around and doing it like that. Most people like you have to. Of course, sometimes it can't. Sometimes it doesn't need to be, but um, it's real complicated with people like that think that like we have to I don't know, like, of course, I think like a lot of things like back then, but back in the day, it was way better because like you could like in 1700s, 1800s, you could like walk naked in the forest or something like that. You can't do that anymore. You can't do that. You can't do any of that stuff anymore. You can't walk naked in the forest or anything. You have to. It's more restricted. Kind of sucks because like society, like that's how society is. But not a lot of people are like this. Like to be naked. I mean, I'm pretty sure some people get very anxious about being naked, which of course, sometimes they probably need to be because it, like if you have space or comfortable, no one's gonna look at you. I think it's probably good to do those stuff because it can be uncomfortable just we're having a lot of clothes on sometimes. But I don't know. Maybe this is because I'm autistic. I don't know if it's I think it's not the autistic thing. It's just it's a neurotypical thing too. It could be like because they have issues too with things, especially if you're bipolar or you have depression or anxiety. Usually you want to be a fool. Is like just like just kind of do something like liberate yourself or something. Um, uh, but of course I know how people have dreams of being naked sometimes. Like they have dreams of probably like and then that's the other reason why people don't want to make sure. I feel like you feel like you're not dreaming. You feel like you're not dreaming at all. Like you're just being you're naked. You're naked in your dream, but you're not naked in your dream anymore. Like you're naked, and it can happen. Some people that do it because they were dreaming about it, and then they say, I want to do it now. I want to do it. I want to do it in real life. But not like in a public library or some other place like stores or something like that because that's inappropriate. That's not appropriate to do, especially in the hospital too. Like you should, I'm not gonna say I have done it, but it's really inappropriate to go in public and do that. So, but really be careful with people who talk to you about this stuff because people could really say you're harassing them or something like that, or just trying to arouse them or something like, or whatever. So you have to really be careful because like people that talk about these things, they they either think you might. I mean, most people think nudists are probably pedophiles or sometimes like same way like a gay or trans person. So maybe I don't know, but it's just some people think like if you're trans or actually especially if you're trans, I think most of them are nudists sometimes like or something. Some of them should not on all of them. Some people probably would want to, wish they would, but they can't because they have boundaries they have to have. So they can't do it. So sometimes they might do it, but I don't know. Okay, okay, that's all I want to say.